Hello YouTube, this is Kilby Joy bringing you a game of Domination on Lockdown. And today I'm using the P90 again, with rapid fire and a silencer. This is part one of my trip to New York City. Just thought I really don't have a lot to talk about except where I've been for the last 24 hours. So, seen a couple plays, no musicals, more comedies, other desert cities, and Shatner's World, a one-man show starring William Shatner, just basically giving a comedic spin on his life. I also took a tour of, like a bike tour, I guess, of Central Park, and that was pretty cool actually, because one neat thing I learned is to blast all the rocks in Central Park, they used more gunpowder in building it and clearing out rocks than they did in the entire Civil War, which is a lot of gunpowder when you think about it. Well, you don't really need to think about it all that long. It's a lot of gunpowder. And another interesting thing is New York City doesn't pay a cent to keep that thing maintained. It's all like the billionaires and really huge millionaires that live around the park that pay to maintain it, the conservancy or something or other. And Donald Trump owns a lot of stuff there. And you know, it's kind of weird to hear some of the things about it. But this is like my strategy for this map. I throw down a motion sensor in the middle of the room so I can see everyone who's coming in and out, and so I usually camp on one of the stairs, or not on the stairs, just around, and ambush them. It's very effective, really, because there are only a couple ways in and you can preempt every way in. But usually I put that on the first floor because the second floor is prone to some pretty heavy grenade usage, which will destroy it, and I don't like that. So back to my trip to New York. The second show was other desert cities, and it's got some really uncomfortable moments. It's like, because there's a whole bunch of family drama. It's weird. It's weird, but at the same time, it's funny. You know, it's got the guy from Weeds in it. The uncle that gives the kids drugs. How about that? It's got that guy in, and he smokes weed in it. It's the perfect part for him. Except, in this, he is successful. So... that was a pretty funny part. I just, everyone shot at each other because they didn't know if they were friendly or not. In this, I'm playing with my buddy and my buddy, pal, friend, whatever. So there's the radar again. I think I camp a lot in this. It's not. It's one of my better gameplays, though. You know, it's just my strategy. I can't run around and get high kill streaks. I don't usually work too well doing that because it takes a lot of hindsight and planning and knowing the maps. I just got back into this, and that is the mini nuke. the dead man's hand, the javelin thing. And, well, I do like pretty much all the one nice thing about Call of Duty, its advantage over Battlefield. Well, not the only thing, but one of the better things for recording is that you don't have to record each and every game. And there's the theater mode. It saves a lot of space on your computer if you're doing it. I know that's really an advantage that only people who do YouTube videos can really that advantage really only appeals to people who do YouTube, but you know, it's pretty nice that that feature is there. So here I'm doing this again, and I use steady aim for pretty much always when I'm using the P90, because then I can get long range hip fire kills, and it works out better generally if I use it, because I can start shooting before I can accurately start shooting before I zoom in, which gives me a huge advantage over the people who use assault rifles. And it's a pretty long range gun, and it doesn't have too bad a recoil, so it can compete with an assault rifle, and it has that 50 round clip that, you know, people like. It's pretty nice. You know, here I'm getting them as they're trying to avoid the Reaper, and I get 3 kills in quick succession, and it's pretty good. I don't know if you can hear, but there are people in the hall talking in a foreign language. I don't know, probably hotel staff, but all these sounds of the hotel, and I don't think the acoustics in here are very good either. So yeah, I apologize for that. That it's not the best. It's just not good. So back to New York. The Shatner's World play was pretty good, but you know, he mentioned some weird things, like you wouldn't think he'd mention, like his divorce, his wife dying. It's not really good to hear, and he spent a lot of time on his horse. A lot more than his family or anything, like, you know, but he's a pretty funny guy. He used a lot of clips, like from his TV appearance, has on his Comedy Central roast, the horse he rode in on. And then he also showed like him giving the opening speech at George Lucas's Lifetime Achievement Award, and so it was like, wait, Star Wars? And like stormtroopers come up to take him off the stage, and it's like, no, I can do Star Wars, and it was like, oh god, what if George Lucas doesn't laugh? And it was pretty funny. You know, the opening is it's like space, the final frontier. Stage light goes on, like it's gonna beam in. No. That's how everybody does the entrance. I'm just gonna do an entrance. And so he just steps out from behind the curtain. and you know, he is a very funny guy, and you know, evidently Joan Rivers was in the audience, so he made fun of her about how she waits for the laugh, and he talked about going he spent a lot of time on burlesque theaters, but so anyway, thanks for watching. Part 2 tomorrow. Like, comment, and subscribe.